Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well today. So today I just wanted to talk about belt promotions and why you should never ask your instructor about belt promotions. So this has always been like a unspoken rule in jiu-jitsu, because with the belts in jiu-jitsu, it's always been you have to earn the belts in jiu-jitsu. You have to work hard, you have to train hard. Some schools they make you compete, and some schools they make you compete and have to win. So, the belt system in jiu-jitsu is very, very just like proving yourself and just, showing that you're ready and proving that you're ready. So, as an instructor, I've had people come up to me, usually like newer students, that maybe did like other martial arts where they had different standards as far as the grading, belt grading. So I would have new students come up to me. Maybe they tried the class maybe one time, and then they were asking about like belts, like right off the bat. So that's a hard situation to deal with as an instructor because just giving a belt to someone is very subjective. It's very dependent on the instructor and what they feel. What they feel is worthy of being being pushed to the next level. And I mean, it's gonna differ between instructors. Some schools, some academies have very high standards. They want only the best students to get promoted. Others, other academies are like maybe less competition oriented and more like family oriented and just fun like hobby. So they might have lower standards or different standards. So it really is subjective. It really depends on the instructor and their interpretations of the belt systems. So as far as me, I've graded a few people to different belts. It was never easy. There was always like discussions, backroom discussions with other instructors and other higher level students, higher belt students, on whether or not the student should get graded to the next level. And then just competition record and just their attendance, their consistency, their attitude, and how they carried themselves outside of the academy were always important factors for me. And it's just very subjective. So again, if you're a new student or just a student and you're interested in the bell system, that's fine. Talk to your instructor and see what they want or what they expect from you. That's perfectly fine. But when you start asking about promotions, as far as like, hey, when can I get promoted? When am I going to be ready for my blue belt or my purple belt? That's when instructors get really defensive, and it kind of sucks because you put them on the spot, and it's such a subjective thing that you can't just it's hard. You can't just put the instructor on the spot like that. Like when am I going to be ready for my blue belt? Because everyone progresses at different levels, and you might have someone that's, man, in 6 months they're like killing everybody, or you might have a person. It might take 3 years for them to get just a foundation in jiu-jitsu. So again, everybody's different. Man, I I don't have like a straightforward way to explain that for everyone. It's just if you're an instructor, you're going to be put in that position where um, some students are ready to get promoted, and other students you have to, we call it cooking them. You have to leave them in the oven a little bit longer to finish. But as a student, you should probably never ask about when you're going to get graded to the next level, because usually instructor's going to take that defensively, and they might get upset, and sometimes they're going to push back your promotion just because you were forthright with that. And this applies more to lower belts. So a new person, say that new person comes in, they've done a few classes, and then they're asking about their blue belt. That's going to piss off the instructor. Let's be honest here, guys. So you just, unless you want to push your training back, just focus on getting better, focus on improving, focus on learning better technique, developing better technique, and the promotion will come. If you keep working hard, keep training consistently, you're doing everything right, and you're progressing, you're gonna get promoted. But when you focus on the promotions like too much, it's gonna take away from your practice, because the belts, they're very alluring for some students. They want to have that they want to be, they want to have that value. They want to be high up on the hierarchy. They want to be seen as a senior student. They want all these things that they attach to the belt. But really, the belt is just a piece of cloth, guys. It's just covering a little bit of your butt, 2 inches of your butt, and it's the skill that you learn and just how you develop as a person that's going to be important. And that's what a lot of instructors look for. And if they see that you're just hungry for the belts, they're usually going to hold you back until you start to see the bigger picture of jiu-jitsu, like how to become, jiu-jitsu can do a lot of great things. It can help you become a better person. It can make you more chill. Some guys come into jiu-jitsu like, really amped up, really aggressive, very, different, like different issues. And jiu-jitsu can really help you kind of just tackle those things that, everyone has to deal with in their own personal life. And jiu-jitsu can really give you the tools to, become a better person and, become a more productive person. Um, so again, don't ask about the belt promotions. And it's specifically geared towards lower belts. As you become a higher belt, then it's kind of a little bit murkier. Maybe like you're a brown belt and maybe you've traveled to, under different instructors, and you're really interested in getting your black belt, or something like that. It can get a little bit more complicated for higher belts, specifically, getting closer to black belt and just the promotion itself. And I haven't, friends that are kind of been like that. They've been brown belts for a while and traveling under different instructors. So for them to get their black belt, it's kind of hard to, like, if they're traveling all the time, to establish themselves underneath an instructor to where that instructor would promote them. So again, this is geared towards lower belts. Don't start jiu-jitsu one day and then the next day ask about the blue belt, because you're not going to get the blue belt in one day, guys. You're not going to get it in a few months, maybe a year of hard training, you'll get your blue belt. So just don't ask about it, because instructors, they get it. They hate when you talk about stuff like that. They if you come to an instructor and you're like, hey, how can I get better? What can I do to get better? They're gonna help you all day. But if you come to an instructor and like, hey, am I ready for my blue belt, my purple belt? It takes away from the martial art aspect of the training. And I've had friends or acquaintances that, you know, they wanted the belt so bad that they decided to leave to go chase the belt somewhere else. And while sometimes, they do achieve that goal eventually, I find that it's usually not worth it at the end of the day. If they had to leave to get their belt, usually it wasn't worth it getting that belt under, a different instructor, or under a different academy, because they had to leave to get the belt. They didn't stick with it under their instructor to get the belt. So I mean, it's going to be different if you're traveling all the time. Obviously, you're going to get it. You have to get the belts from someone else. But if you're in the same like town or something, it's a very special feeling when you get all your belts from the same instructor. I've been very fortunate to get all my belts from my instructor Jacare in Atlanta, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am that I was able to do, white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, all under the same instructor. And that just, for me, it showed not only dedication in my training. I kept training, I kept trying my best until I got to the black belt, but also just, it just feels good, Hey, I got my black belt under this guy. I got, you know, and I got all my other belts under this guy. And that's something that not a lot of students can say. So I'm very fortunate. So I just wanted to do a little video on this because, I'll see on social media, some guys like talking about the next, they want to get the next belt. They're hungry to get the next belt. But, I mean, I really feel like the focus of your training shouldn't be on the belt. You know, jiu-jitsu has so much to offer. If you're worried about a piece of cloth, you know, it's like a waste of your time. Your focus and your time are better spent, you know, improving your technique, getting better, getting stronger, and learning more. So I hope this video helps, guys. Until next time, ciao.